Good morning. This is Pastor Jason of Kona Faith Center with the word for today. And the word for today is perspective. The online dictionary tells us that perspective is a way of regarding something, it's a point of view. Therefore, perspective is a place dependent thing. As a child, I was afraid of heights. Someone told me the way to deal with fear is to confine it straight on. So on a Saturday morning, I climbed a Doug fir tree that was right behind my parents' house. Douglas fir trees grow to a maximum height of 330 feet. This particular Doug fir tree at the time was about 8 feet in diameter and 3 or 4 times as tall as my parents' house, which would put it somewhere between 120 and 160 feet tall. I spent the entire day up in that tree. The tree was higher than any of the other trees in the neighborhood, and I could see for miles in every direction because I moved from the ground level to the top of the tree level. My perspective on our neighborhood changed dramatically that day. Things just looked different. My perception of things changed on that day. I've not been afraid of heights since that day. God tells Samuel not to perceive things the way people perceive things, looking on the outside, but to perceive things the way God perceives things, seeing the heart. I'm currently being challenged to change my perspective on things. This means that I'm being challenged to see things, to perceive things from God's point of view. This is challenging, to say the least. The particular issue I'm being challenged on is that from God's perspective, He sees the beginning, the middle, and the end of a thing. God's not in fear. God's not anxious. God's not worried. God already knows what He's going to do. God already knows how people are going to respond. God already has a plan in place that takes all of that into account. God is all-knowing. God is all-powerful. God is my protector. God is my provider. God is the one who sees to it for me. God is the one who called me, who chose me, who anoints me, who fills me with His Holy Spirit, who pours out His glory, the glory of His presence and His power on me, in me, and through me to others. Therefore, whatever I'm facing, I need to perceive it as an opportunity for God to show Himself strong on my behalf. And to perceive things that way, I have to look at everything from God's perspective. Now, nothing is too difficult for God. Nothing takes Him by surprise. He already has the answer. He already has the solution. He already has the resources for every situation that I'm facing. A change in my perspective produces a change in my perception. Change your perspective today to God's perspective. Change your perception today by changing your perspective. The word for today is perspective. God bless. Check in tomorrow.